Have you ever thought of buying a business, but you don't know where to start? If yes, this message is for you. I am in the process of buying a real cash flowing business, and I am documenting every step from finding the deal to signing the LOI to securing financing to closing the deal and running the business day one as the CEO. In this video, I'm going to share about how to find business acquisition opportunities and building deal pipeline. Hi folks, my name is Augustin Kamdem. After graduating from the Air Force Academy with a degree in electrical engineering, I spent 16 years in wireless telecommunications engineering, leading hundreds of multi-million-dollar digital infrastructure upgrades for Fortune 500 clients like AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. At some point in my career, I felt like I had hit a ceiling and I wasn't sure how my career was going to progress. After some reflecting, I realized that I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, to build optionality, to have durable impact in my communities, and to build financial security and meaningful wealth for myself along the way. But I wasn't sure how to get there. So I decided to go to UCLA Anderson, where I earned my MBA. Along the way, I learned about Entrepreneurship Through Acquisition, or ETA. Instead of starting a business from scratch, you are buying an enduringly profitable cash flowing business and taking over, stepping in as the owner operator. So how do you find acquisition opportunities and build a deal pipeline? There are 6 main approaches that I've identified that have worked for many entrepreneurs looking for acquisition opportunities. The first approach is to just go online to some business for sale listing website like Actual.com, LoopNet.com, BizBuySell.com, or BizBend.com, and etc. There are literally hundreds of those websites, but the most popular one and the one that keep coming back from when you hear success stories of people who have successfully bought, acquired, and are running small businesses, the majority of those people have found their businesses on BizBuySell.com. So I will start there and filter against your own search criteria. And once you get on BizBuySell.com or any other website and you identify a business that matches your criteria or what you're looking for, immediately reach out to the listing broker with your story and what you're looking for. And if they have a phone number, dial their phone number and try to get on a call with them. So as you do that with multiple listings, sometimes even if this listing is not what you're looking for, you can follow to the website of the business broker and see other listings that they may have that are not on the main platform or main platform like BizBuySell.com. So as you do this through multiple listings, you're starting to build your own Rolodex of business brokers. So this takes us to the second approach. Approach number 2 is to reach out to business brokers in your area or business brokers, entire nation. If you're looking if your geography are agnostic. So the second approach is to create a list of business brokers that you can reach out, building a relationship with every week or every couple of weeks. And as you build the relationship with them, tell them your story, they get to hear about what you're looking for, they get to know you, they hear your voice on the phone, they see your emails, and they realize, hey, this person is really serious. And typically these business brokers are gonna have email lists, get email lists. That way, whenever they have new listings, you're gonna get an email with all kinds of listings, and you can look through your listings to see if anything aligns with your search criteria. Okay, so number 3 is to reach directly to business owners in your community. So for me, for example, I was looking for businesses in Orange County. So I identify a list of potential. I try to create a list of potential business owners. And the way that you can do that is by using you can use online directories. You can use online basis and basically filter it down to your location or to the industry in which you're interested in buying a business, and mail those potential business owners, or get on the phone, try to get on the phone with them. And you have to be very resilient. You have to be greedy. You can't give up, because if you 1,000 business owners from the list, only 5 or 10% may respond back, and less than 1% of that may turn into an LOI. But you have to keep reaching out. So that's the third approach, is to reach out directly to business owners. It's called direct outreach. So the fourth approach is to use good old networking through your school network, your friends network, your local network, and go to events. And basically, every time you are having lunch during this phase, the idea is to never eat lunch alone. Always try to meet with someone new during your lunchtime and share your story. Tell them who you are, what you're looking for, what is your experience, why do you want to buy a business, and all that good stuff. But always be networking and looking to meet someone new for lunch. And when it comes to networking, it makes sense to reach out to not just business owners that you can talk to, but also CPAs, attorneys, trust and estate lawyers, service providers, business consultants. Those people will usually know, bankers. They will usually know if there is potential for business to go. And usually they will know these are going to be off-market business deal opportunities. They may know before the business even listed by a business broker. So it's great. It's a great approach to get into the game. And the other approach, I guess the fourth approach, is to go to industry conferences. So if you're set to find a deal in a particular industry, you can figure out where are the owners of these type of businesses gonna go for the industry conference. And you go to this conference and you can meet hundreds of business owners in this particular industry in a weekend, right? You go there ready with your story, with what you're looking to, your little 30 second speech, ready to have conversations and collect information and network contacts that you can add to your Rolodex and use it to build your pipeline. Remember, you're building your Rolodex over time. And some of these attempts may not turn into anything, but what it does is that it helps you build your confidence. It helps you get used to telling your story and selling yourself. Another approach that you may want to consider is working with a buyer representative or an outsourced deal sourcing team. There are companies out there that all they're doing is looking for interesting business sale deals, and they have people like us that may be looking to buy a business, and you connect with them. They will connect you with the buyer. So all they do is looking for buyers that are looking to sell their deal, but they're only doing the matchmaking, right? And you are paying them to basically develop a deal pipeline for you based on your search criteria. And they're basically like matchmakers. And buyer's agent approach is very pricey. Not can afford, upfront 60K upfront to help find a business. But in some cases, this may be the quickest way. Maybe you have a full-time job that's very demanding and you don't have time to build your own pipeline. This can be outsourced. So, all these approaches, try all the approaches and figure out what works best for you. And for me, the way that I found my first, I remember that week, I still had a job, and I basically had a Thursday one-on-one meeting with my manager at the time. And on Monday, he asked to move the meeting to Tuesday for some reason, which I thought was odd. But I thought, so on Tuesday, I get on the meeting and I turn on Microsoft Teams, and the first person that I see is an HR lady. It's bad news when you see this HR lady. As you may have guessed, I was getting fired that day. And it was a horrible feeling. I went through all the phases of grief. And by Friday, I really made up my mind that I wasn't going to look for another job, and that I was going to instead start putting 100% of my energy in finding a business to buy here in Orange County. So I remember that Friday, I got on BizBuy. Not on BizBuy. So I did a Google search for electrical contractor for sale, and the first link took me to loop.net, loopnet.com listing that had the electrical contractor with recurring revenue and it looked interesting. And then when I followed, I connected with the business broker, and eventually just turned into 4 months later, just 4 weeks later, just turned into my first LOI, and I learned a lot from the experience. So here's my call to action: prepare for your journey as you look for your acquisition, but take action. Try something. Try all of these approaches, and over time, you're going to develop the best formula that works for you. These are like elements or building blocks of a recipe for a sauce. And you can take this element and combine them into what works best for your situation. So my biggest takeaway is take action.